we definitely want to welcome on our guest. Um, Laura Rain, first of all, is part of Detroit Motown. Now, Motown may have long since moved to LA, but Laura Rain and the Caesars are reclaiming Detroit's legacy from the ravages of time and neglect. Laura Rain and the Caesars are a powerhouse of soul, blues, and R&B quartet fronted by the dynamic soul fire Laura Rain herself. He has stayed in the trenches of Detroit and LA for well over a decade, collaboratively formed in 2012 with producer and guitarist George Friend. The Caesars amaze you with unyielding vintage soul. So please help me welcome on Laura Rain to the Crystal Show. Laura Rain, hello.
Hey. Hi, Crystal. How are you? What a welcome. Thank you.
Oh, no. Thank you for coming on. Thank
Great.
you so much. I have to say, first of all, when I first heard your voice, I was amazed. I literally stopped what I was doing and had to go, who is that? Oh my God. Because you have such an amazing voice. It is powerful and potent and strong. And I was intoxicated, and I'm not just just blabbering on here. Seriously, and it takes a lot for me to say that because especially nowadays when we have singers who are actually not that great, they all sound basically the same, who are out there in the world that we hear every day on the radio. So I am very happy to hear a real voice come through, especially in Detroit.
Thank you. That means a lot, Detroit is full of extremely talented musicians and great singers and amazing gospel singers. And so, we have a hard audience to play to. One of the toughest crowds, I swear.
That's true. That's true. We're the most dangerous audience.
We're already surrounded with the best.
That's
you better
true.
Throw down or get off the stage.
Well, you know what? People talk about Detroit and how it is not, it has gone down or whatever. But I was like, please, Detroit hasn't gone anywhere. It's just in transition right now. And it's not all about rap. Eminem and Big Sean withstanding. It's it's not all about just that,
Absolutely not. I mean, I come from the vintage soul vibe and also the gospel vibe. I mean, I've been following the Clark sisters and Kiki Sheard and and Karen Clark Sheard and Twinkie. Those are my idols. Okay. And then Shaka Khan, but those are my Detroit idols. For sure. Their performance and presence and dynamics and what they give, that is real. Nothing about that is modulated or it's real. So that's where I try and come from. I try to, put on something that dynamic.
Well, you definitely do. And you're very strong. You have a very strong voice, as we're going to hear in just a few minutes. But, I want to know what made you come back and stay in Detroit, when you were in LA and other things?
Well, I was doing well out there. I think, I've been a singer for a long time, but as far as really taking on my own career and just, doing it myself and being a go-getter, that was the first time that I, was out there booking shows and performing, and it was going well, and I still didn't have any music out. I was contemplating working on stuff, but I knew that I wanted to come back and record with Detroit musicians because there's lots of great LA musicians, but I wanted that certain thing that we have here that can't be duplicated,
Right.
The backbeat and the soul and the grit, and a lot of people that I played out there with in LA, they were all Detroiters. we really stood out, it did us well, you know. I mean, people were really excited. But you know, I came back, you know, in the midst of many personal tragedies and family, you know, tragedies. I had to come back. So I am here, and then I said, well, all right, God, I'm going to do it. No more joking around. Here we go. So
Right.
within a year and a half of me getting back, I was booking shows, writing and recording, and I think within 2 years, it's been such a blur. I recorded my first album. It took me 18 years to do it. Recorded my first album, and then a year later recorded the second one. So
Okay.
I've been working very hard, you know.
So tell us about George Friend. How did you guys meet and hook up and get collaborative?
You know, it was kind of one of those crossing of fate things. I had heard his name for years because he toured with some different musicians, but he played with Dornetta Davis for a while, and I used to see his name, you know, written on the music menu and different clubs. He had a couple different bands. I never met him. I never knew who he was, but I knew he was a guitarist.
Okay.
And then I was out in L.A. and back and forth, and then he had come back before I'd gone out there the second time, and then I came back, and then ended up hooking up on Facebook. He sent me a message. I saw this video, you know, from L.A., and we have mutual friends, and you're really talented. And I said, he was sending me messages, and I had a cancellation. I was booking gigs, and I had no band, you know, hiring pickup musicians. You know, that's what you got to do to get started. And
Right.
so at the moment when somebody was canceling on me, he was messaging me, hey, I'm coming to the show tomorrow. I'm going to do it. I said, hey, great, I'm going to pay you. Bring your gear. Let's go. And that was it. Within a week, I swear to God, we were writing. I swear.
Wow.
It was unbelievable. I've never been able to execute. I would not have been able to execute all this music without him. Absolutely not. He's just as important in the mix. So it's all in-house production. We, you know, he produced it, recorded it, all done here, and then we had, you know, all Detroit musicians on the music, both albums.
Well, it's definitely an amazing sound. So why do you think that music of the 60s and 70s keep being redone or keep coming back? I mean, we have whatever we want to call what's going on now, but, you know, rhythm and blues country, all those kinds of collaborative types of music sound. And really, they're really the 60s, the 70s, and maybe even a piece of the 80s that that really keeps being redone over and over again. Why do you think that is?
I don't know, because for me, I mean, I grew up listening to Shaka Khan, Donna Summer, and the Gap Band. That was it.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. I mean, I was one of the kids on the Boblo boat going completely nuts, you know, with the DJ and all that. That was, like, awesome, you know.
Right.
And I think that for me, maybe it's just in fashion, but this is what I've always done. So, I'm not trying to duplicate something from this, that, or the other. I think that people try to categorize you, and, you know, I wear a lot of crazy vintage dresses that I recut, I redesign them, and I do all this stuff, but that's just me. I'm not trying to imitate anything. I've always done that. So, I don't know. I mean, you know, I listen to some, you know, really the only modern music I listen to, I mean, I listen to modern, like, gospel music, but as far as, like, hip-hop and current R&B, I mean, very little, because it's not, sometimes it doesn't seem authentic. Some of it is, but with, you know, I want to see them perform, because I know Beyonce can really sing her ass off and perform. She's killer. But I want to see her live. Killer. I don't want to hear all this digital stuff on her CD. I want to see her live. You know?
Right, and it's funny. I just looked at, you know, the HBO special of when they her and Jay-Z did the final show of their tour on the run in Paris. So that was on HBO. So I happened to watch that, and that was amazing. and she's a great performer. Absolutely, can
She's
never take that
amazing.
away from her. Yeah, yeah.
She's
And
killer. She's
it
great.
was so funny. I was telling my son. I said, you know what? I hate to say this because I'm from the old school of rap and everything, but this was Beyonce's show, and Jay Z was kind of like the filler while she changed costumes.
Right. Right.
It was just amazing. It was just an amazing show. But I do want to get on the caller and see if they have something to ask you. Caller, do you have something to ask Laura Rain?
Hi, Laura. This is Amy from Arkansas. How are you?
Good. How are you?
What's up, baby? How's everybody doing tonight?
Great, Amy.
Good.
Good.
Wonderful.
I just wanted to kind of speak on something that Crystal asked you about, because I'm in total agreement with her. Whatever this crap is that's going on nowadays, I don't get it. Nothing is about talent anymore. It's about who's got a cute face or a pretty face, or who's been on Nickelodeon or Disney that we can sell to. You know, the voices are so enhanced and synthesized, and they are pre-recorded, and they're up there lip syncing. And I remember when Milli Vanilli was ridiculed for that, but now it's just not a big deal at all. Where did talent get lost? Where did real talent of people that can really sing, where did that get lost at?
Well, I think that the commercialization in all these shows, personally, I think it has a lot to do with it. But at the same time, there's always going to be forces that try to diminish your authenticity. You are you, and whatever you bring to the table, nobody can take that away. And what you do is real, and what I do is authentic to me. It's not to please anybody else. It's for me, and it's just who I am. And I try to make music that lifts people up. I try to make music that means something and can permeate through some of the static energy that's going on. I don't know why people have no ear for good music anymore, but I think that there's a resurgence of people, like the kids right now, they're like in their 20s. When we play out in Ann Arbor in the college towns, the kids go nuts. They go nuts.
Right.
I think there's a kind of a lost generation. So my fan club is like 21 to 23, and then like 50 to 80.
I'm about 23. Yeah, I'm still 23.
I mean, I had fans that were 78 years old coming to my shows, all excited because they hadn't seen like a real live, powerful, soulful show in so long. They didn't know what to do.
Right. Like me. I didn't know what to do.
Man. Keep on keeping on. Fight the man. That's all I got to say. It's like, there's, I think the record companies are, there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know. But I'm gonna say my word and put a positive message out there, and hopefully some collective people join me, and we can change that a little bit.
Well, that's true. That's
true.
And that's
streets in life.
I think if more of us actually show these companies that people do want to hear real music of all kinds of varieties, and it's not just about pop and rap. And even those genres have kind of watered down into a certain type of commercialism.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. Where is the rap that we grew up with in the 90s? I mean, where's NWA?
No doubt.
All these, killer stuff. Countless rappers that had a message, and they were really strong about what they were sending you. Now it's all the same. So we've got to create our own resurgence with whatever we're trying to do, and just make it powerful.
Well, absolutely. Well, Laura, please tell us where we can find you and where will you be performing so people can come out and see you or purchase your new LP, or definitely, vote for you and make sure that you get heard.
Well, you can visit my website, laurarain.net, LauraRain.net, and you can purchase my album directly from me, send you a signed copy, or you can buy it online, CD Baby. It's in some local record stores around town, and we're performing in Lapeer this week, but our next big show, we're doing the Oktoberfest at Grizzly Peak Brewing Company, Ann Arbor, next Friday and Saturday from 5 to 8.
Okay.
But we are going on the road in November, so we have dates booked in Chicago, in New Jersey, in Cleveland, in Indiana, in Springfield, Illinois. So we're working on a bunch of dates out of town. So I would say hit up my website.
Are you coming to Florida? Are you coming to Florida? That's all I want to know.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it right now. I can't tell you.
We're both in Arkansas on the way down there.
Where in Arkansas are you?
Just 20 minutes south of Little Rock.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll definitely keep up with that, and you'll have your schedule, of course, on your website, laurarain.net.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I know one thing: steel and rubber may be the body of Detroit, but the heart and soul of Detroit is our music. And you, Laura Rain, and the Caesars are the heart and soul of Detroit. And I want to say thank you so much for taking the time out to come onto the Crystal Show. And please introduce the song we're getting ready to get into, which is Closer. And I know I will be playing your other song called Sunset later on in the show, but please introduce Closer for us.
Thank you. This is Closer. This is our title track off of our new album, Closer. I think you'll dig it.
All right, everybody, this is Laura Rain, and make sure that you visit her on laurarain.net. Her upcoming tour that's coming up, make sure you're out there and you are supporting real music. Thank you so much, Laura Rain.
Thank you.
Thank you.